You saw something, maybe a light that moved wrong, maybe something at the edge of a field, and you told one person. That is all, one. The next morning, there is a knock at the door. 3 of them, black suits, black hats, standing too close together, very still. They know what you saw. They know the time, the place, which way you were facing. Then one of them says the part you did not tell anybody. They ask you, politely, to stop talking about it. Then they go, and nothing else ever happens, just the rest of your life not telling that story. Welcome to the Horror Hub. Today's monster, the Men in Black. They are the only monster we have covered that does not want to hurt you. It will not eat you, or drown you, or sit on your chest at 3 in the morning. It just wants you quiet. It starts in an attic in Bridgeport, Connecticut, belonging to Albert Bender, who had filled it with skulls and shrunken heads and called it his Chamber of Horrors because he was that kind of guy. In 1952, he started the world's first flying saucer club out of that room and posted a journal called Space Review to a few hundred members. In the summer of 1953, Bender said 3 men came up his stairs. He said they looked like clergymen and never spoke out loud. The words simply arrived inside his head. The worst part, he said, was they did not seem quite human, more like something doing an impression of one. They told him to stop publishing. He stopped. The October issue went out with no answers in it at all, just one line near the end. We advise those engaged in saucer work to please be very cautious. Then he shut the club down, said he was acting on orders from a higher source, and went quiet. Which brings us to Clarksburg, Virginia, and Gray Barker. Barker ran his own saucer magazine and had spent months pressing Bender for details he gave nobody else. In 1956, he published a book about it, and that is the moment the Men in Black stop being one strange evening and start being something that could happen to you. Barker's papers are public. Anyone can walk into a library in Clarksburg and read them. And in his own handwriting, Barker is having the time of his life. He forged a letter on government stationery to prank a rival and told the skeptic he was thoroughly dedicated to promoting flying saucer crackpottery. Barker thought the whole thing was hilarious. The name came later from a reporter called John Keel, who spent a winter in Point Pleasant, West Virginia, chasing something with red eyes. Barker gave us the idea, Keel gave us the name. So that is the story, except for the paperwork. In March of 1967, the Assistant Vice Chief of Staff of the United States Air Force sent a letter to every command. Subject line, Impersonations of Air Force Officers. Unknown men were harassing civilian witnesses, telling them not to talk and taking their film. Reported to military intelligence immediately. The United States Air Force wrote a memo about the Men in Black, and that memo names a case. 2 years earlier, outside Santa Ana, California, a highway investigator called Rex Heflin took 4 Polaroid photographs of something metallic in the sky. A man came to see him, said he was from the North American Air Defense Command, and left with 3 of the 4 originals. The Air Force checked. Nobody from that command had ever contacted him. 28 years later, Heflin's phone rang. A woman he did not know told him to check his mailbox. The originals were in it. In a plain envelope, no stamp, no name, no note, no explanation. Then or since. In 1987, a folklorist called Peter Rochsevich pointed out that we have met these men before. The well-dressed stranger who arrives just after you learn something you were not meant to know. Polite, patient, and almost, but not quite, a person. That figure is centuries old. The black suit is the only modern part of it. Albert Bender never took any of it back. He moved to California, gave no interviews, cashed in on nothing, and never said he had made it up. He died in Los Angeles in 2016, at 94, having been quiet for 53 years. The house in Bridgeport is gone. There is a road through it. Nobody ever proved 3 men in black hats climbed those attic stairs, but somebody really was knocking on doors telling people to keep quiet because the Air Force said so in writing. They were never after your body. They were after your story. And whatever happened in Bridgeport in the summer of 1953, it worked. He stopped talking. You have a story you don't tell people. You thought of it about a minute ago. Nobody had to knock on your door at all.